Well, it's time to get healthy. It's Monday, always a great day to start your fitness regimen. So let's introduce Shine to our listeners. Good morning. How are you?
Great. It was super cold.
I know. My goodness. I stayed in as much as possible. I had to leave my house literally. I really had to. And it was literally to walk down to the next apartment building. And that was it. I tried to stay indoors. I was just so cold. I know that's not a good excuse, but what did you do?
I stayed indoor most of the time, unless I had to go somewhere.
Oh,
to,
just like me, okay.
But I did some some home training, lunges and squats and some cardio and abs. Like when I was doing cardio, I was like trying to be as quiet as possible because I have neighbors downstairs. So, and then I had a yoga mat, and then I was like bouncing and jumping very quietly over the mat. So I was sweating and I felt much better. I felt much warmer.
Yes.
So I was so glad that I did it.
Well, of course, we don't expect any less from you, but
yeah, but I never felt like running outside. My New Year's resolution is to run a half marathon.
Yes.
And then, weekly training at least is required. But good thing I already ran the weekend before. So I had like pressure off my shoulders.
Good. Well, in weather when it's this cold, is it okay to go outside for a run? Is it safe?
Well, it depends on your physical condition.
Right.
Like I read a news article saying a man, obviously older man, had a stroke while he was exercising outdoors, and he usually exercised every morning.
Right.
So he thought, no problem. But he had a stroke and was carried to the hospital, but ended up passing away.
Oh, that's terrible. That is so tragic. And I think we should all keep in mind that regardless of your fitness level, if you're older, maybe 65 and older, or maybe very young children, as those who have chronic medical conditions, should really be careful of, I think, this cold wave advisory that, the government is giving us, right?
Yes, if you have any health conditions like this, stay indoors as much as possible. For exercising, instead of morning exercise, choose afternoon when the weather is a little bit more warmer and your body is warmer, and do it indoor and with about 70 to 80% of your usual workout intensity. Because you tend to burn off more, and the work, like your physical body had to work a lot harder to do the same intense workout. And the health ministry announced on Sunday that the number of Koreans who sought medical attention for cold-related illnesses such as hypothermia and frostbite increased significantly for the few days.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, I am not surprised at all. So, if you are relatively healthy and you've been keeping up with your exercise, is it still better not to exercise outdoors, or how should it go?
Well, I wouldn't exercise outdoors if it's below freezing, like a 0 degrees Celsius, as I hate cold. I don't even like snowboarding or skating. Okay. But if you are healthy and love outdoors, why not? Like one of the most dangerous cases would be sweating too much and getting chilled too quickly. So wear thin layers of clothes so you can take them off to manage your body heat, and carry extra clothing for longer activities like hiking. And also, hydration tends to be overlooked. So when the weather is cold, you don't feel as thirsty as you should be. Right. So remind yourself to drink water or warm tea to stay hydrated when you exercise. And even healthy people could feel chest pain or headache while exercising in cold weather. So if you feel any discomfort, stop exercising immediately and find indoors to stay warmer.
Right. I mean, Why risk it, right? And I think the whole thing about hydration, that's also really important because people think, oh, well, it's not like blistering hot and it's not like a heat wave, so I don't need as much water. But that's not true. Are there any positive aspects of this brutal cold wave?
One of the positive factors is that there's no mosquito or other disease-carrying creatures.
You know what? You are absolutely right. I hate mosquitoes. I'm sure everybody does, but man, yeah you're right. There's no mogis.
Yeah, when I visited India a few years ago, it was pretty hot, but that was the coldest it goes in India. And there was so many mosquitoes and bugs that I realized having winter isn't always bad, as the cold weather wipes out those things and sort of clean the city by
Yeah, that's true. But can you also tell us more about, I don't know, another maybe positive aspect of cold weather besides the mosquitoes and other disease-carrying creatures?
Well, number one positive side of cold weather, I think, is that you tend to burn more calories than usual to stay warm. You naturally burn about 10 to 15% more of calories of your basic metabolic rate. This would work to lose weight if you eat the same amount, but we tend not to.
Of course not.
Because it's our survival instinct to want to eat more to compensate the calorie loss from generating body heat.
Right.
Catherine, do you have any specific cravings in this cold?
I crave things only in the winter. Like during the summer, I don't really crave anything in particular. Maybe like once in a while, like naengmyeon when it's on a really hot day. But it's cold, so I want like warm broths and jigaes, which are probably not very good for your diet, and sweet potatoes, which are supposedly good for your diet. But then if you have too many of them, it could go the other way too, right? What about you?
Well, I'm Busan Originals, and I love 돼지국밥. Or any warm or hearty soups will satisfy my stomach and keep my body warm.
Yes.
But for healthier options, I suggest home-cooked soup with lean meat and vegetables, as most soups in restaurants could be high in fat and sodium.
Yes. It's so delicious, but not good for your health. What about in terms of exercising? Can you recommend anything we can do at home in our nice warm homes?
Yes, of course. I recommend working on your full body instead of focusing on one body part, just so it gets more effective in shorter time. I have a very simple routine that doesn't require any equipment or jumping to annoy your neighbor.
Ooh, let's hear it.
So for the first 5 minutes, warm up. Shoulder rolls and all your joints. Just move your body and walking in place. Maybe with your knee high.
Okay.
And your real workout will be about 30 seconds squats, body weight squats.
Sure.
And 30 seconds push-ups. And 30 seconds lunges.
Sure.
And 30 seconds plank.
Okay,
so that's 4 workouts. Squats, push-up, lunges, and plank.
Okay.
And that's only 2 minutes to do it. And depends on your level, repeat it for about 3 to 5 sets. If you need break in between, take it. And later, you do about 10 minutes stretching. Stretch your full body.
Sure.
Well, if you don't know how to really stretch, there's plenty of videos on YouTube you can search for about 10 minutes stretching. Stretching is very important because you want your blood to flow all over your body, right? So you can get all this done less than 25 minutes, even if you do 5 sets.
Ooh.
And you've got yourself a time-efficient but very effective full-body routine to stay fit and healthy through this cold wave.
Meaning you have no excuse, and neither do I. So on that note, we're going to wrap it up. But thank you so much for inspiring us every Monday, as you always do, Shine. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, that was Shine. I'll be back after this.
안녕하세요.